Hi Aries, welcome back. Don't forget to click that like button. It helps the channel grow. Aries, you have somebody who's like really in their head at this time. I see this person as looking at things as half empty, and this person is like really afraid that they're going to push you over the edge, like to the point of no return. This person is afraid that, if they keep messing up, that you're going to, turn your back on them and leave them behind and never come back. It's something that is going on in this person's head. This whole idea of them losing you. It's like they can't help who they are, They can't help how they think. And it seems like this person can become very reactive. Like they don't think before they open their mouth, they just react, and I'm hearing like this person is constantly putting their foot in their mouth when they're around you, It's like they're always making a mistake. And this person is feeling like if they don't do something, and it has to be something big. It could even be something like romantic if this is a romantic situation, right? It's like this person feels like they have to do something big to win you back, or to pull you back, or to pull you away from that line of never coming back. It's like this person is dreaming of like these things that they can do for you. They're dreaming and thinking of the things that they can do for you that would like melt your heart, or that would make you, I want to say like melt more toward them, or it's more of like lean toward them. It's more of like they want you to lean toward them. Okay, it's like melting your heart, yes, but it's like they want you to lean toward them because they feel like you're leaning away from them. If you visualize it in your head, you picture somebody holding a leash, and the person is, or an animal, let's just say an animal, right, is pushing them to go further away, right, and the animal's pulling the cord away from them, right? That's how this person feels like they're holding this leash. Okay, don't take it wrong, but they feel like they're holding this leash and they're trying to hold you in place, but they don't want you to go, or they don't want you to go in that direction. They want you to come back. They want you to want to be there with them. Like they want you to want to be near them, right? They want you to be able to sit with them. They want you to want to sit with them. Maybe if you visualize it, I'm not saying that this person is trying to train you like a dog or anything, but if you think about it, an owner is holding the leash, and the dog is sitting peacefully next to him. It's a more calmer situation, and the dog tries to pull. The owner's anxiety shoots up because they're trying to hold their dog, right? That's what it's like for this person. Their anxiety is shooting up because they feel like they're losing control over the situation. They feel like they're losing their grasp on you, And this person, they want to do something. They're trying so hard. They're thinking of what they can do to pull you back in so you won't go too far. And that's the thing. This person is so afraid of you going too far. Now, somebody here must have a vehicle, because something about you having a vehicle is very concerning for this person. Maybe they don't have a vehicle, and or maybe you recently got a vehicle, and they feel like because you have a vehicle now, or you have a vehicle and they don't, that it's going to be so much easier for you to just walk away, and go and make connections somewhere else away from this person, and completely, eventually completely turn this person out of your life, because this person is so scared that they're gonna have to compete with somebody else, and that is something they don't want to do. They feel like it's already hard enough handling you, okay? They feel like it's hard enough handling you, But if there's somebody else in the picture, the whole idea of having to compete with that person is unbearable for this person. You know, this person wants happiness. Like, they want the two of you, if this is a romantic situation, you know, they want a happy home, they want a happy connection with you, right? It's like they see it all, they want it all, and it's like they know that they could have it all with you if they could just learn how to really control themselves, you know? Like right now, they're trying to control you, but in reality, this person knows that they really do need to learn to control themselves, because they realize, you know, they have become reactive, you know? And they realize that that doesn't work on you. You know, saying things and then apologizing for saying those things, it's not something that you take easily. You know, it's like every time they do that, they know that you are drifting further and further away from them, you know, and they're seeing it. It's not like other people that this person has dealt with, where they will say they're sorry and the person comes back and everything's okay. And then with you, it's different. You know, you're a whole different ball game. You know, it's like you're a whole different ball game that this person has never challenged. You know, had that kind of challenge I'm seeing, right? Now, don't get me wrong. This person likes the challenge, okay? If this is a romantic situation, don't get me wrong. This person likes the challenge. It's stimulating, okay? It's stimulating, but not in a toxic way, because there's toxic stimulation and then there's just stimulation, right? You stimulate this person. So if this is a romantic situation, this is why this person is still around you, because they like it. There's a part of them that really does like this challenge, but at the same time, it's kind of like a game that they don't know the rules of yet, you know, or it's a game that they've never played before because of how you react so differently than anybody else that they have ever known. You know, like, you are a whole other ball game, you know. And it's kind of like they're hooked on this game of winning the game, and you're the prize, right? You're the person that they want you to come near them. Now, this is the thing about this person I want you to know. If you give them what they want, okay, this is the tricky part. If you give them what they want too quickly, right, and you come back and you're all lovey-dovey, and you know, stay next to them and do everything that they want, right, this person is the kind of person who will get bored fast. Okay, so you gotta find a medium there. Okay, so if you want to get rid of this person, which one of you I see you do want to get rid of this person, if you want to get rid of this person, stay right next to them. Call them every 5-10 minutes. What are you doing? You know, just completely be there. Ask them how they're feeling every minute of the day. You will run this person away from you. You will get, just act like you can't get enough of them. And don't ever go away. Don't let them miss you. This person will run, okay? This is for one of you who wants to get rid of this person. Now, for another one of you who wants to keep this person, if you choose, you know, you want to keep this person, then find a medium there, okay? In other words, you know, it's kind of like I'm seeing a yo-yo in my mind. So you kind of like want to come back and then pull away. You know, it's more of a keep things going in the direction that you want. So this is the point, though. You want to make sure that the relationship is going in the way that you want. So if this is a romantic situation, make sure that the direction that you're pulling this person in is the direction that you want them to go in. Okay? Because that's the key word here. You want to make sure, because this person, even though in my mind's eye, right, I'm seeing a person holding the leash, and you know, the dog is pulling, okay? So even though you are pulling this person along with you, make sure that you're heading in the direction that you really want this person to go into. Because once you push them into that area and they get comfortable in that area, they're not going to want to leave. Okay, I hope I'm making this Makes sense. They're not going to want to leave once they get comfortable. So make sure that the direction that you're pulling this person into is the direction that you really want, and it's not something that you're going to back out on down the road. If this is something that you want to be serious, okay? Because once that person goes in that direction, so for instance, for somebody here, maybe you want more freedom, okay? Maybe this is a parent, could be for one of you, okay? Maybe this is a parent, or it could be a loved one, right? But it's more like once they are comfortable with you doing something, let me see how I can explain this. It's like once you are given that more freedom, and things don't work out for you, or you don't like it, be careful, because it's very hard to retract. You see what I'm saying? So because there's a part of you that wants more independence, right? And this person is a person that wants to take care of you and like watch over you, take care of you. You know, the thing is, once you make this person accept that you're an independent person, or too independent, trying to retract that and come back is going to be very difficult. This person's not going to do it. So if you're a young person, say you're a young person and you want to, you know, explore your independence, right? Your parent eventually, once they see that you can stand on your own, they're not going to be the same down the road. So like for instance, you are a child living in your parents' home, they supply your shoes, your clothes, your food, you can live there. They'll even, sometimes they buy you a cell phone, right? They will supply the things that you need, right? Once you become independent and the parent accepts that you're an independent person, trying to come back and be like, you know, mommy, daddy, I need you to pay my bills, and I need you to buy my cell phone, and I need to come home and eat. See, then they're gonna be like, oh no, this bridge is over. You see what I'm saying? I hope you see what I'm saying. So trying to retract from that is going to be a very difficult thing to do. Now, it depends on how far you go, right? So make sure that each step that you're going, whether this is a romantic partner, a parent, whoever it is to you, make sure that that is something that you really want to do, something that you really are wanting to push this person to, because in the relationship, you know, you don't see it, but you're actually, because I'm going to tell you the truth, in this relationship, you are the more dominant person, okay? So in the past, this person, you know, if this is a romantic situation, this is somebody who has always been the person who was in control. You know, they were the dominant one in the relationship, and now they're with you, and now you're the dominant one in the relationship, okay? Now, if this is a parent, then you are showing your assertiveness. You know, you're showing that you are more of a how do I say this? Out there individual. Like you are an adult now, right? Once the parent understands that you're an adult, you can make it on your own. That's it. Now, some parents are different, right? Some parents are like, no, you're this age. You know, because you're this age, go. That's it. You're this age, you know. Some parents don't even wait until you're 18. Like in the United States, some parents, you know, you're sick. I was on my own since I was 16. Some parents are like, yeah, you're already 15, go. You know, there's a lot of parents like that, right? Some parents, they use age. Some parents use your own, the way that you can show them that you can be independent, okay? So in other words, be careful with what you wished for, okay? Because if you ever want to come back, it's not, that door's not going to be open, right? Once this person gets comfortable with not taking care of you or not supplying something for you, once they become comfortable with that, they're not going to want to retract. Now, if you're married to this person, right? And from the beginning of the marriage, this person has always, you know, took care of the bills, paid for everything. You know, they have paid all your medical bills, whatever, right? They took care of everything, right? You were married to this person, and now you're like, oh, I want my own money, I want to do this, I want to do that. Once you open that door and go and start making your own money, which I highly suggest, especially if you're a female, you know, or to anybody really, to be able to make your own income just in case something happens in the relationship, right? But if you're married to this person, just remember, once you show this person that you can pay all the groceries, pay the electric bill, and they start getting used to that freedom of money and having that extra money, when you decide to quit that job and say, okay, you know what, I can't do this no more, I want to stay at home, or I would rather work in the house or whatever, right? It's not going to be that easy, you see? Each one of you have different situations, but each one of you are facing the same challenge, and it's the same question. You got to make sure that what you're doing is something that you can stick to for the long haul. You got to make sure that this is the direction that you want to pull this relationship into, because once it's there, once that cement is dried, it's going to be hell trying to break it up. Do you see it? I hope I explained that correctly. Once that bridge is built, a bridge made of cement, right? Once that path is done, once it's dry, the cement is done, it's going to be very hard to bring it back, okay? Oh, some things are kind of hard to explain. I think the biggest denominator here is changes within a relationship. It could be the most shakiest time of a relationship is when there's big changes going on in a relationship, okay? Because once you go so far, once you do something, that's it. It's, some people can't come back. And sometimes it's not because the like, say if it's a parent, sometimes it's not because the parent doesn't want you back. It's because you have become so used to living on your own, or you have become so used to making your own decisions that you can't come back yourself, right? So it's a two-way street. It's like two magnets, right? So, I mean, the change could be in you, not necessarily this person. It could also be in you. Like, once you've tasted independence, it's hard to be not dependent. It's hard to become, more dependent on somebody else when you're used to having your own money, or you're used to paying your own bills, or you're used to having more of a say of where you live, rules in the house. It could be all kinds of things, right? This is a critical time, but you have somebody here that is willing to work things with you. They want to work things with you because they feel like you're turning your back on them. And it could be something just as simple as you are changing the dynamics of the relationship, okay? And so they're feeling like you're turning their back on you. So this person is like thinking of like what they could do to pull you back in. Now, if this is a romantic situation, you're not married to this person is like, no, I'm not, this is not over, this is not done, we're not done here. This person wants to speak up, they want to talk to you, okay? They're definitely planning something here. They want to talk to you. They want to, like, figure out where it is that you want to go, what is it that you want to do. This person feels like the communication between the two of you is not there. You're not on the same page. They feel like you're saying one thing, but you're doing something else, okay? And that's how they're seeing it. Maybe there's a misunderstanding. Sometimes we say things and we automatically think that the other person understands us, or they understand what the purpose is, or they understand what we mean, right? Sometimes we just assume these things, right? And then to find out down the road, no, everything was totally misunderstood, right? I strongly feel like there's a situation like that here brewing, where you are saying something and this person is totally misunderstanding things, right? So they want to do something. They want this happy union. They want this happy home, because this person feels like they're running out of time. Something is going on in this person's life where they feel like, they're running out of time. They feel like, time is a gift and they're losing it. And it's like they feel like if y'all two don't come together, they need to hurry up and do something else. So it makes me feel like this is an older person. They feel like, they only have so much time to do these things or do this or go here or go there, right? There's something about a time pinch. It could be something about health. Maybe their health is deteriorating. They don't want you to know, okay? It could be, there's something about time. I don't understand it, but that's what I'm getting. There's something about time. It could be about health. It could be because of their age. But there is this sense of urgency of, let's have fun. Let's have fun, Aries. Let's enjoy each other's company now. Let's enjoy our time now. Let's get together. Let's be on the same page now, so we can enjoy what we have left. Okay, I don't understand what that's about, but maybe this person's visa is about to go out, or there's something going on here. I'm trying to think what it is, right? Maybe their visa is going out. Maybe they're gonna have to leave or something, right? But there's a time crunch where this person feels like, let's be happy, let's be happy here, let's be happy now, let's get this working, let's move forward, let's take the next step, let's go ahead and move on, that kind of thing. Stuart, sorry guys, let's do, Papa, stop, what are you doing? Sorry guys. It's more like that. Like, let's do it now. We're losing time. You know what I mean? I don't know why he was doing that, and then he yelled. Something was over here. Anyways, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. I'm gonna go ahead and this is what's going on. So think about things, Aries. Think about the direction you're going into. Okay, because once you go in that direction, it's gonna be really hard to come back from. Okay. Also, there's a decision on the table here. Okay, I see a decision that you need to make. Something that you really need to think about before you make a move. Do your research, okay? Because this could be also about moving. Somebody here might be traveling. But you're definitely going into a crossroads. There's a crossroads here. And I'm talking about not just in this relationship, but there's a crossroads going on in your life where you need to make a decision. You could go left, you could go right, but you gotta do something, So give me two angel numbers here. Something is changing inside of you, and you gotta make a decision. You're gonna go with it or you're gonna fight it, okay? Oh, that's crazy. 55 came out. Look, I am evolving. Exactly, you're changing, okay? It says substantial change is in your future. Embrace the change and need to overcome your insecurities and let go of your fears. I am evolving. And this might be something about this decision that you need to make. I also see here 00. It says, angels ask for your attention. Open your eyes, listen, and think about everything that is happening. Trust your intuition and follow their guidance without any delay. Focus inward through meditation and prayer. I am observant. 00. So do put this in the comment section, guys. I am observant. I am evolving, right? Catch me in the next one, guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and, click that hype button because that all helps the channel as well. Y'all take care. Love you guys. Bye-bye.